everyone. So currently Bitcoin is actually dumping right now, and I mentioned that Bitcoin would dump to 85k. So we're just going to go over this really quick because it is doing it at the moment. So anyways, remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this financial advice, but let's cover this. So as you can see, Bitcoin is dumping. We are down pretty much 2% in the last 24 hours, 11% in the last 7 days, 12% in the last 14 days, 12% in the last 30 days. So we're pretty much down a lot here inside of Bitcoin at 93.8K. And this is the hourly chart. And you can actually see what's going on here. Look at how the percent R trend exhaustion is coming down. So the white line here is the short-term trend. The blue line is the long-term trend. Notice the long-term trend cannot get above this line here. It cannot do it. And you can see it's actually coming back down. Same thing with the short-term trend. Short-term trend's coming back down too. Price is about to crash. It's coming down. Look at the MACD. Selling pressure starting to build up. We should have this nasty pullback to 85k any moment now. So I would say get ready for this. Prepare for it. It's going to be a nasty move down. If it does not crash, I would actually be surprised. And the volume is super low too. So it's crazy right now. So yeah, like I said, if it doesn't crash, I would be very surprised. Now, looking at the 4-hour chart, yes, it does look like it's oversold. Obviously it is, but it can stay oversold for long enough for it to go down to 85k. So I would say just wait for that. It should come soon, right? Doesn't have to, but it should. Now, still low buying pressure on the MACD as well on the 4-hour chart. And then you can also see here on the daily chart, it's very, very oversold on the daily chart. Very oversold. But like I said, it can stay oversold for longer. So we got that. And then you can also see the MACD is showing a lot of selling pressure. So we got that there. We're also seeing on the weekly chart, lots of selling pressure going on the MACD, lots of selling on the weekly chart. So yeah, everything is coming down. The percent R trend exhaustion did exactly what I mentioned that it would. I mentioned this months and months and months ago. When I first noticed it was once this happened right here. Once it hit the top of here and it started to come back down, I was like, okay, we are inside of a current pattern. And then once this happened after April, every single day, every single week, really, I've been talking about this pattern since April, May. Like I've been talking about this pattern for a while. But anyways, we finally have hit the bottom of this pattern here on the percent R trend exhaustion. The long-term trend is also actively coming down. So what I believe we'll see is by next week, because this is the weekly chart, we'll hit this on the long-term trend, and then we should have a recovery. And the same thing for the short-term trend. The only time we have to be worried is if we break this here on the short-term trend and continue downwards, and if the long-term trend follows it. Because if this happens, that pretty much confirms that 85k is not the bottom and that will go lower, right? And hopefully that does not happen, because then that kind of means that the top is in for Bitcoin, and we do not want the top to be in. We want to do what we've been doing all along. We want to do these 32% drops and followed by our bullish structure, right? We want to do a 32% drop like here, 32% drop followed by a bull flag. And then the next one, 32% drop followed by a falling wedge. And then the next one, what we're doing now, 32% drop once we hit 85k. And we already had a bearish expanding triangle, and we had a falling wedge. So we have both of those. This is the bearish expanding triangle, which is why we dropped in the first place, as you can see here. This is the bearish expanding triangle. As you can see, it's coming up here, boom, up there, boom, here, bearish expanding triangle. And then you can also see right here, falling wedge. And that falling wedge was right here. It would look much, much better on the 4-hour chart. You can see it way more clear. And when you look at it at the 4-hour chart, you know, like, okay, yeah, those are some pretty accurate patterns right there. So anyways, I'm going to keep you guys updated on this. We're going to see where this goes. But for now, this is all I got for you guys today. And like I said, we're dumping, so get ready for that pullback. 85k should be coming soon. And not only that, we are at rank, or not rank, but we're at 17 for the Crypto Fear Greed Index. That is extreme fear. It's at extreme fear. So you know what that means. It's going to pump soon, but wait for it to bottom. It should bottom out soon, 85K. If it doesn't bottom out at 85K, remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this financial advice. No, seriously, if it doesn't bottom out at 85K and it keeps going down, the next level would be 75K. Hopefully it does not do that. Hopefully it does not do it. Well, 74K, but hopefully it doesn't do it. Right. And for those of you that are wondering, why did I just randomly say 74K? Well, if you look at it, 74K is the bottom of the second pump of this cycle, and it's the top of the first pump of the cycle. The first pump of the cycle went down 32% before it kept going. The second pump of the cycle went down 32% before it kept going. And now where are we at now? The third cycle, the third pump in the cycle, we're coming down 32% down to 85K. And then we should have a continuation to the upside. So that is pretty much what I'm seeing here, guys. So anyways, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Hit the like button and subscribe. All that good stuff. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. As always, I'll be back with another video.